Hi, I'm Chris Edwards and welcome to this week's Tennis Warehouse vlog. This week we've got some play tester picks for you. I'm going to jump straight in with my picks. First up, I've grabbed the Prince Phantom 107G. Love this racket, love that straight beam design. It's a thin, controlled, very plush feeling response from this racket. Thin beam cuts through the air really quickly. You've got that 107 head size, you've got a massive spin window, very generous sweet spot, but a lot of control and precision. Put a multi-filament in it like we've got right now. You can hear that clicking back into place. And this is a great racket, I think, for the stronger beginner all the way through the stronger intermediate player, looking for power, comfort, big sweet spot, really, really plush response. Throw a poly in here, and now you're getting into more of an upper intermediate, into advanced level players, and you can add some weight to this one. And if you've been looking on social media and following some stuff around the US Open, you might have seen Andre Agassi swinging this racket in some of the demos he's been doing and out on the practice court, etc. So he has always been a fan of the Prince Original Graphite, and he's been trying out one of these. Obviously, you can weight it up. There's a lot of room in here to customize it for those stronger players. Okay, next up, my second pick is this Prestige, almost said Classic Prestige. This is the Prestige MP we just got in. This one was available at Tennis Warehouse Europe. Now it's over the pond here at T-Dub as well. I was amazed at the response of this racket during the playtest. I really gelled with it. Very, very happy with my level of play. The only thing I didn't really groove with was just the pickup feel. When I was swinging it, coming around my body, it felt great. It's got all that plow through power I wanted. A lot of control as well, but the balance is not headlight enough for my personal taste. It's around 3 or 4 points headlight. I'm more in that 6 to 7 points headlight. So what I would do is add a T-Dub private label leather grip to the handle. Problem solved, and this one would be dynamite and totally dialed in for me. Okay, those are my picks. Let's kick it over now to Brittany.
For my playtester picks, I have chosen the Yonex V-Core 100 in the Sand Beige cosmetic that just recently launched. And when I first started working at Tennis Warehouse, my first racket I actually switched to was the Yonex V-Core 100S, and I felt like the current version in that red and blue color was the closest version to that. It just has great power, spin, and I really felt like my balls were landing deep in the court. I felt it really complemented my aggressive game, and I have moved on to the E-Zone, but I keep coming back to this racket. I've actually been playing with it a little bit more than the E-Zone these days, so we're gonna see where I end up with it. But I really love this Sand Beige cosmetic. Now all the specs have remained the same. The only difference is the paint, and I really love it's really beautiful in person. It's kind of a white with, I'm calling it champagne color kind of sparkles. So I think it's a great racket to add to the collection. And my second choice is the very new Reebok Nano court shoe. Now this is a court shoe. We're gonna actually play test it in both pickleball and tennis. And I really like the cosmetic of these shoes. It's kind of a retro vibe. It's available in several colors in both men's and women's. And I have slipped it on my feet. And the first things I've noticed is that booty construction. I'm a big fan of the booty construction. It really hugs my feet well. And there's lots of plush cushioning underfoot. I'm always looking for a replacement for my favorite Nike GP Turbos. And this one might be up there. We're gonna have to see after play testing a little bit more. As far as fit-wise, it is on the snug medium size, so I have a narrow foot, so it works perfectly. And I did find the length to be kind of right on the edge, so maybe if you want a little bit more room in the toe box, I would recommend moving up a half size. And that is all for my playtester picks. I'm gonna pass it over to Jason.
All right, for my playtester picks, they're oldies but goodies. This one I'm gonna start with is the Nike Vapor Pro 2, but in a new colorway. This is the latest one that Nike came out with. You probably would have seen it at the US Open this year. And it's also worn by semi-finalist Jack Draper. I really like this shoe because it feels pretty lightweight. It's pretty comfortable underfoot. It's not too narrow for my feet. And for those that like to slide on hard courts, this one is pretty easy to do it in. So I really like this colorway, especially if you're a San Francisco Giant fan, you should definitely get this one. And my next one is also a US Open tieback. This is the Head Speed MP. We actually just got more of these in. This is last year's version. And this is the racket endorsed by US Open champion Jannik Sinner. And it's actually also my racket of choice right now. I really like this racket because it's pretty maneuverable, great feel, a lot of spin with it. And I prefer it over the newer version because it is more whippy, which fits my game more. So this one is a great deal right now at $149. And these are my picks. Now I'm gonna throw it over to Michelle.
I've got a couple items from the Wilson RF collection. First things first, this duffel bag, I have officially switched to the duffel. It is awesome. It's huge for a 6-pack. It can carry a ton of gear. I'm loving it for on-court and off-court use, but the craftsmanship is absolutely beautiful. If you like carrying your stuff in a duffel, this one is one of the best that I've seen. It holds a ton, as I keep mentioning, but it does have the magnets on the side, so it will keep everything nice and cinched while you're on the go. Plus, again, it just looks awesome, tons of style. And then next up from me, I've been getting some questions about switching to the RF01 Pro, and I've mentioned that I wanted to customize, so I finally have had a chance to do that. I asked Troy for a little bit of help here, so we grabbed a single piece of tungsten T-dub tape, cut it in half, and put one piece on either side at 12 o'clock. I prefer a little of the weight at the 12 o'clock spot because I really like that plow through, and now it is weighted up to just under 12 ounces strung, so 11.9, and the swing weight is at 340, and I'm finding that to feel much better for my game. It's really resonating well. I'm testing some strings right now in here. I'm loving that leather grip, so I'm not putting an over grip on top. I just like that bare leather on the feel. I've got good contact and all that. It's been really fun to play around with this, and I'm going to continue hitting this a bunch, but officially have not switched yet. But again, not playing a tournament anytime soon either, just having some fun on the court. I also want to let you guys know we do have some exclusive Roger content coming on the Tennis Warehouse channel, so stay tuned. Next up, we're not done yet. We still have some vintage finds, so we're going to pass it over to Chris.
All right, let's close it out with some vintage. First up, I've got a racket that was held in the Bosworth stock for testing by Monica Seles. Still has the Monica Seles designation on both the butt cap and then right at the top of the handle. It's got a OG Yonex leather grip on it. And this is a Series 400 racket. It's got the old titanium fiber technology in it. It's slightly longer than standard length too, so about a 1/4 inch longer than a standard length racket. 98 square inch head size, got several tapers going on, maybe a triple taper to the beam here. And this looks like a great racket to have in your collection. Also, I think this would be a really fun one to get out there and hit. Just be sure to put on a super grab and a bright color, and you got that Seles look going for you. Okay, last but not least, we've got a super Caravelle from Snauer. Beautiful craftsmanship on this wooden racket. Really nice detailing here at the base of the mono shaft and as it moves up into the head. And then here from the yoke as it blends into the hoop. Again, just really exquisite craftsmanship in the manufacture of this one, and comes with a original leather grip on the handle. That's all we got for this week. Thank you so much.